Have you noticed something strange about the All Blacks lately? Dave Rennie has only coached 2 matches, but one unexpected decision has rugby fans asking a huge question. Is he already planning a masterstroke to take down the mighty Springboks? Because what happened against Italy didn't look like a random experiment. It looked like a message. A message aimed directly at South Africa. And if former All Black Jeff Wilson is right, then Dave Rennie might already be building a game plan designed specifically to challenge the biggest, most physical team in world rugby. But not everyone agrees. Another former All Black believes this move could actually weaken one of New Zealand's greatest strengths. So, is Dave Rennie creating the perfect weapon for the Springboks, or making a dangerous gamble before the biggest tests of the season? Stay with us because the answer could completely change how the All Blacks line up when they arrive in South Africa. And if you love All Blacks news, expert analysis, and the biggest rugby stories from around the world, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Ever since Dave Rennie returned to lead the All Blacks, one thing has become very clear. He isn't afraid to experiment. Many expected him to settle quickly on his strongest combination after taking over the national side. Instead, every match has revealed another interesting tactical twist. Throughout the opening Nations Championship matches, Dave Rennie has shown that every jersey is up for competition. In the back row alone, we've already seen several different combinations. Ardie Savea has been trusted at number 8. Luke Jacobson has worn the 7 jersey. The first test featured Peter Lakai, while the second saw Wallace Sitidi step into the starting lineup. Off the bench, Wallace Sitidi made an impact in the opening test before Anton Segner was introduced in the second. On the surface, these changes looked like normal squad rotation. But then came one moment that caught everyone's attention. Late against Italy, Josh Lord entered the game. Instead of making a straightforward replacement, Tupou Vaa'i shifted from lock into the back row. It only lasted for part of the match, but it immediately sparked debate across New Zealand. Why move one of the world's best locks into a completely different position? After the match, Dave Rennie revealed something even more surprising. He admitted that the coaching staff had already discussed starting Tupou Vaa'i at blindside flanker against France. The plan never happened because Tupou Vaa'i was unavailable through injury. That revelation changed everything. Suddenly, this wasn't just an emergency adjustment during a match. This was something the coaching staff had clearly been considering for some time. Of course, there is history behind the decision. Both Ian Foster and Scott Robertson previously trusted Tupou Vaa'i in the blindside flanker role. So this isn't a completely new idea. But whether it's the right idea is another question entirely. Former All Black Justin Marshall isn't fully convinced. While Justin Marshall understands why the coaches are considering the move, he believes the risks may outweigh the rewards. According to Justin Marshall, Tupou Vaa'i has developed into one of the world's elite locks. His influence in that position has been enormous over the past few seasons. His work rate, his physicality, his understanding of space, his dominance at set piece. All of those qualities make Tupou Vaa'i incredibly valuable exactly where he is. Justin Marshall believes the responsibilities of a loose forward are completely different. Modern back row players must defend across wider channels. They distribute the ball more often. They cover huge distances. They react differently around the breakdown. In Justin Marshall's opinion, that's simply not where Tupou Vaa'i's greatest strengths lie. Instead, Justin Marshall would rather see Wallace Sitidi at number 8, with Peter Lakai and Ardie Savea on the flanks. Yes, that combination sacrifices some height in the lineout. But Justin Marshall believes Wallace Sitidi still provides enough aerial ability while keeping the balance of the forward pack. It's a logical argument. Yet another respected voice sees the situation very differently. Former All Black winger Jeff Wilson believes Dave Rennie isn't experimenting for the sake of experimentation. He believes this is all about South Africa. The Springboks are unlike almost every other international side. They pride themselves on overwhelming opponents physically. Their forwards dominate collisions. Their lineout is among the best in the world. Their bench has become famous for changing games with fresh power. If New Zealand wants to compete with that level of physicality, perhaps they need something different. That's where Tupou Vaa'i comes in. Adding a player of Tupou Vaa'i's size and athleticism to the back row could give the All Blacks extra muscle without sacrificing mobility. It would also strengthen their line-out options against one of rugby's strongest aerial teams. For Jeff Wilson, this doesn't look like an accident. It looks like preparation. Preparation for one opponent. The Springboks. And that's not the only tactical shift Jeff Wilson wants to see. He's also hoping Dave Rennie considers using a 6-2 bench split. That strategy loads the bench with 6 forwards and only 2 backs, giving teams enormous physical impact during the second half. It's a tactic designed for brutal forward battles. Former coach Ian Foster used that approach against South Africa before the 2023 Rugby World Cup at Twickenham. Meanwhile, Scott Robertson generally resisted relying on it during his tenure. Now the question is whether Dave Rennie will embrace it as part of a bigger plan. Because if New Zealand wants to match South Africa's power for the full 80 minutes, extra forward depth could become a decisive weapon. Everything now points toward one fascinating tour. After completing the Nations Championship fixtures, Dave Rennie and the All Blacks will head to South Africa. They won't only face the Springboks in a series of massive test matches. They'll also play against United Rugby Championship franchises, giving the coaching staff valuable opportunities to fine-tune combinations before the biggest clashes begin. Every selection from this point forward will be closely analyzed. Every substitution will have meaning. Every experiment could become the blueprint for facing the world champions. Whether Jeff Wilson is right or whether Justin Marshall's concerns prove justified, one thing is certain. Dave Rennie is thinking several moves ahead. The real answer won't come against Italy or France. It will come when the All Blacks stand opposite the Springboks. Only then will we discover whether this bold positional gamble becomes a tactical masterstroke or a decision that rugby fans debate for years to come. What do you think? Should Dave Rennie move Tupou Vaa'i into the back row against the Springboks, or should Tupou Vaa'i stay at lock where he has been one of the world's very best? Share your thoughts in the comments below because we'd love to hear your opinion. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to England Rugby Central, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest rugby news, analysis, and All Blacks updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Have you noticed something strange about the All